Hi, everyone. Welcome to the ATYL live show on a Wednesday night. Good to see you all tuning in as we talk NASCAR, IndyCar, Formula One, short track racing, NHRA, all these different things. Very exciting week of racing coming up with the IndyCar season finale at Nashville. Of course, the playoffs begin for the NASCAR Cup Series, trucks as well. A lot of stuff happening. So good to see you all tuning in. Of course, I'm joined by the lovely team here at ATYL Media. And I guess we'll just dive right into talking about Daytona. I guess. I mean, I think the general consensus here is that maybe it was one of the best super speedway races we've had in the Gen 7 car. I don't know, Sal, do you agree with that? I know you talked a little bit about this.
Surely I did. I think it is probably one of the most put together, fully complete super speedway races we've had. A lot of people are like looking for a storyline, which I think, we've had a lot of storyline driven drafting track experiences in the next gen era, which is great. I think storylines are great, but this felt even throughout, which I'm really into. I think, the finish is obviously what everybody was really jazzed about, right? Where Blaney goes from 13th to the lead in 2 laps, and the 5 guys behind him are all winning in contenders. But I think just the thing I was most impressed with, and I'd love to hear what y'all think too, but NASCAR's ability to allow racing to continue in situations where in years prior cautions would have been thrown. The Logano thing is unique, and we can dive into that more if we want to, but I felt like the Tower really had a great sense of, here's when we need to use the button. Like, let's make them make us call a caution, not we're just going to slap that thing around like a redheaded stepchild. So, that was something I was really impressed with from the Tower this week. And it helped the racing stay really competitive all night long, instead of stage breaks, caution, stage break, caution. So
yeah,
that was cool for me.
And I'll add to that. I feel like that's been pretty consistent throughout at least this half of the season so far. Like the past, I don't know, a few weeks, even like with the road courses, they haven't been like hot on the button, I guess, to throw those cautions. So I would say that. I think I'm glad that they're kind of holding off a little bit more, obviously, safety in mind. I don't know, Buddy, agree with that? Disagree with that?
They've definitely done a lot better job of it than they did during speed weeks. Speed weeks, you didn't know what was going to happen. You didn't know whether you're throwing the caution or throwing the red flag, throwing a black flag. You didn't know what flag they were going to throw. So that was welcomed, and it definitely added to the racing aspect. I know they weren't too excited with our old pal Joey Logano doing what he did, but Joey Logano going to Joey Logano. So
is the general consensus?
Hey, Dom.
Is the general consensus that Joey sliding through the grass at the beginning of the trioval there was something that was strategic for him?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I think it is. I like the tinfoil hat in me wants to think, yes, Joey Logano would spin himself through the grass, but at the same time too, like, I don't know how damaged that car was or what the ability he may or may not have had to turn down pit road.
I mean, if you look at it, they weren't throwing the caution until he got on the grass and the tires went nowhere. Yeah. Then they threw the caution. So it goes back to what we were talking about, how, okay, we're not being trigger happy with pulling the yellow flag out. So
yeah.
I'm not saying anything, but I could be saying something.
Well, Joey's been vocal before too. Like, I think about like when we had the whole issue with like the tires like going down, and then you couldn't like move your car, and we didn't have like the whole situation that we have now with getting towed back. And he was very vocal about like, this has to be a caution because I can't drive back myself and whatever. Like, he's been pretty vocal about that in the past. Now, I'm not saying that lends to the situation here where maybe he was trying to throw a caution, but it's something to ponder, I think.
I'm glad we got a. Oh, go ahead.
As a Joey fan, I'll say that getting spun out from the lead, which again, Eric Jones never touched him. That's just all aerodynamics. But you're in the lead, controlling the race, and all of a sudden you're spinning, and you hear "still green, still green, still green." And I can just imagine how pissed he was that he had his chance of winning the race was gone.
Okay,
that's racing.
Then and then at that point, I can see him absolutely just like, all right, you're going to I'm going to be out of this race while we're throwing the yellow. So he parked himself in the
And
grass.
that is called race manipulation.
It's manipulation, mate.
The lessons we learned. I did want to ask the group too. I think going into this Daytona race, everyone's always like, it's a wild card. Anyone can make it, whatever. And that's kind of always kind of the through line storyline. But I'm curious for you guys, and maybe Andrea, I'll throw this to you. Like with the point situation and how it played out, like it was very clear that Bowman and Reddick were going to be in no matter what, unless there was a new winner. And sometimes when there's a lack of those like point situations, it can make the race less entertaining. I don't know if that was the case for you. If you were like, oh, now that I kind of know there's only one option left.
Yeah, I feel like it did pretty early, like change the math I was doing in my head to try to figure out the Bowman situation. Okay, new winner, he's done. I feel like I was kind of hoping though for that sort of situation, just for the excitement value, to see a new winner getting like a Cinderella story of sorts. Like it would have been somebody completely unexpected looking at who was there at the end. So unfortunately, I was kind of hyping myself up for that. Like, oh my God, it's going to be some beautiful moment. Oh my God, I can't wait. And then it was just like, nope, Bowman's just standing there watching as he's good to go. And I don't know where Ryan Blaney came from. And now I'm confused what just happened.
It was crazy that it was like a 10th of a second and like separated Blaney, I think, from Suarez and like the four other guys behind him for a new winner. But like, I remember like this past weekend when I was watching the race, I was like, man, like if only Reddick and Bowman would have just stayed out of trouble, which at Daytona, it's not likely that anybody's gonna like not have any damage or whatever. But I was like, if they only would have just stayed out of trouble, then it would have been a really tricky point situation as who gets in, who gets out. And I think maybe I would have been more like, I guess, on the edge of my seat watching the race. I'm like, what if there is a new winner? Then who gets kicked out? Is it Bowman? Is it Reddick? Who is it? Because the points are so close.
Yeah.
But obviously was not the case. But it was so interesting to see. I don't know if you guys got like really nervous seeing Cole Custer go through the field, because I was like, no, we were all like, Cody Ware could break the playoff system, but Cole Custer could.
I think I called it before even the race started or throughout the week. I think Cole Custer's going to do it. I think he's going to do it. I think he's going to do it.
You did.
He's so close.
Man, that would have been like an awesome win for that group. As for everyone else, though, just with how we view the playoff format and stuff like that, a little soured, but could have been cool to see a Custer win. But my God, can you imagine like pushing out somebody like, I guess Reddick hasn't had a great season altogether, and Bowman's, I mean, consistent but not there. But I don't know. There are so many interesting things that could have played out at Daytona that ultimately didn't. In a year where the playoff format is being so contested, I think more than every other year, it just ramps up. I think the best case for NASCAR was that Blaney won it, right?
I was kind of hoping for a chaos scenario.
Oh, I was too.
just so we could keep poking holes in the playoff format. But like, it was, I mean, we were a half a car length away from that exact thing, which I don't know. I really wanted Ryan Preece to win. That was my guy back there. But I don't know. There was Cole Custer. There would have been a party at Andy's that night.
Oh my gosh, yeah. 100%. No, and Ryan Preece kept all four tires on the ground this time. Big shout out to Ryan Preece there. Was happy to see there were no flips. So we'll take it.
Not every win gets you in the playoffs.
Blaney was 4 wide with 3 drivers outside the top 16. So it came down to the wire.
Yeah. It did. It was really, really cool. And I would say too, like, I mean, we talked about this earlier, but probably one of the best or better Gen 7 Super Speedway races we had. I didn't feel like fuel saving was as prevalent. It was definitely prevalent, but it was not like we're just waiting for something to happen. I felt like things were kind of pushed a little bit more. I know NASCAR held their NASCAR Cup Series playoff media day today, and so there were some interesting quotes that came from certain drivers about I guess fuel saving, if that'll play into other races during the playoffs. I thought something interesting too that kind of came up. And later in the show, of course, we're going to put together a collective bracket. So get ready for that. And we want your opinions too in the comments. But something about how, 10 weeks for the playoffs is too long. This was a kind of conversation that was echoed by a few drivers in media availability today. Chase Elliott talked about it. Kyle Larson talked about it. It's a long time for things to go right or for things to go wrong, even in the non-elimination era of the playoff format. We've seen teams falter. Denny Hamlin talked about, he's like, yeah, we're great in the regular season, then we suck in the playoffs. But like, question for you all, I guess, do you feel like 10 weeks is too long for a playoff system, or is it just because of the format we have that I guess maybe some drivers and maybe some people feel it's too long? I don't know, Dom, if you have a sense either way, or if you're just like, this is fine the length it is.
Looking at the differential, I mean, it's a 10-week playoff, yeah, but it's a 26-week regular season.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how much longer do we want the regular season to be?
Yeah.
And I mean, if we're going to go to that point, then just make it 36 straight weeks of points racing. I think 10 is fine. I think it's always been 10 since the era of the chase. Am I wrong?
Yeah,
That's correct.
You're right.
So, yeah, this isn't anything new. So, no, I think it's perfectly fine, especially for how long the regular season is. I think that should be contested before the playoffs should be touched.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a wild narrative. That's I
I
don't
was
know where
surprised
the
it came
hell
up
that
today.
came from. Like that's talk about all the problems with the playoffs, and that's not one of them. Like,
The least of our worries.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It was something interesting that was talked about quite a bit today. And I was like, I don't know where this came from. I don't know where the conversation started, but I was like, I was intrigued because every driver had said kind of the same thing. I think more so it lends towards the fact that the playoff format we have now is so chaotic. Anything could happen. It takes one win to change everything to where then it's like, okay, 10 weeks feels too long. But so I don't know. I think it's more conducive to the format, but I still thought that was very interesting. But any last things we want to add to Daytona before we move on?
Do you
Anything?
think, real quick,
Yeah.
talk about not fuel saving as much? Do you think the racing was more competitive and drivers ran flat out because of the fact that it's a cutoff race as opposed to the way we see them run the Daytona 500? Do you think that lended to the competitiveness? Because that's something that I thought of right after. It's that, yeah, everybody wants to be a Daytona 500 champion, but do you want to be a Daytona 500 race winner, or do you want to be a playoff driver one end of the season and the other? Does that lend to what we saw on Sunday or on Saturday night a little bit more?
I mean, I definitely think like for Daytona, it's the start of the season. You're not like every point matters at this point. It's the start of the year. You can like junk your car, do whatever it takes to be a Daytona 500 champ, right? When the playoffs hit, I think I want to say the racing was still very intense. Like I think in my opinion, but it was more methodical in a sense. In some cases, I think everyone's like, I want to be around for the end so I can win my way into the playoffs because now it counts. This is the last chance. I think that led to the intensity, and I think it led to some better racing. That's just my thought. I don't know, Adam?
I think it could have been a combination of that and the fact of where the cautions actually fell.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because obviously when you have a caution that breaks the stages up, then you can go hard as you want. But yeah, I definitely think that probably played a little bit of a factor. It made a better show for all of us to see.
Yeah.
Going flat out. I mean, that's how you're supposed to run a super speedway. It's how you're supposed to run a race, period. Just going flat out. Who's the best driver wins. Not this stupid, I'm going to half-foot it. I'm going to go 80%, 70%. No, we don't want that junk.
I think, I guess we'll close it out. I think the summer race has been pretty religiously the best plate race in the next gen era. Like I don't remember, aside from, well, even until they all wrecked in turn 1 and 22, like I remember fondly of most summer Daytona races. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's track conditions. Daytona is also, the track is getting slicker, and I think that's having a lot to do with it as well. So I don't know.
To go off of that, buddy, I will say the one thing I welcomed hearing on the radio was Chase Elliott saying, "I need tires."
Yeah,
I was like, okay, we're getting the old Daytona back 1 year at a time.
Exactly.
So, love to hear that they were struggling for grip.
Yeah, that was a totally not a new conversation, but that's a conversation we haven't heard about Daytona in a long time. Is like the tires, grip, and all those things. And I will say this one took me back, and I talked about this in Above the Yellow Line that I had up on, I think I put it up on Sunday, but like I was just transported back to like 2018 Daytona when I was sitting on my porch and I was watching Eric Jones win the summer race. Like I felt like I was back in that moment because of the racing and how it was. Now, not as chaotic as it was at the end, because my God, it was overtimes galore, but kind of felt good and old school. I think the one thing that I cannot believe I forgot to mention here, something that was very cool. Parker Clearman getting the win at Daytona, filling in for Connor Zilic. That was a really cool moment to see. I was there for the 500 and watched Parker Clearman get disqualified after winning the truck race. And that was so unfortunate. He did his whole, winning media availability, was super amped. He left the room and then Mike Ford came up to the podium and said, they've been disqualified, and we all just forgot it. So to see him get redemption like this, I think was pretty cool. And then Connor, both times he was out of the car this year, I guess someone else was able to go in there and win for him. So I guess shows the strength one of the drivers that they're putting in too. But I think just the equipment, the 88.
Yeah, I think it's just the car. I don't even know if it's Connor. All I'm saying is, man, never mind.
I guess we'll find out next season, though. Going full-time Cup racing confirmed this weekend. So
we're playing nice tonight. Oh,
I you know what, buddy? I can appreciate that. Thanks.
So we go ahead and put our tinfoil hats on.
Please go for it. I love this.
What type of a deal is Junior going to offer Parker for 26 in the 88?
Ooh, that's a good tinfoil hat thing to put together.
Just saying. I mean,
he's saying
it looked really good having Parker back out there, and he looks like he's ready to still go.
The craziest part,
that car, it needs to be sponsored, so it's all about sponsorship that Connor can bring, because the one car is the only car that's not requiring sponsorship from the driver, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's crazy that Parker's going to have to make that decision if he even had an offer based on if he makes more for CW than he does as a driver, which is part of the issue with the Xfinity pipeline that I don't know is never going to go away or isn't going to go away in the modern era of where we are now. But I mean, that's a crazy piece of it too, where not only does Parker have to probably come with his own sponsorship, but he's got to cover himself based on how much money he was making in his media career as well. So unless they, I don't know, the magic of TV and racing sponsorship makes something work. But yeah, that's a tough deal for Parker in terms of like, oh, tinfoil hat, let's get him in the car full time. That'd be cool.
It's a great dream, but is it realistic?
Yeah, I don't think so.
That's the truth.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, I envy the folks that can do it all. Like, Parker could be a race car driver. He can be a commentator. He can be a pit reporter. Like, I'm like, I just, like, that's so cool to me. And I would love to see him back behind the wheel full time. But obviously, just with how things play out. And again, sponsorship is a huge thing, too. Other comments about this weekend that I saw, John Jensen, good to see you in the chat. Let me just say that Blaney just knows how to win on plate tracks and a photo finish. I said this in my video this week, but he's either going head on into walls at these tracks or he's winning the race. There is no in between. But insane how he's won so many, and great to see him kind of win this weekend. Best super speedway race in the next gen era. Cody Ware led laps, which he led the most laps he's led in his career here.
He's led more laps, like that race. He led more laps this season than like several drivers, which was a weird stat to hear.
It's bizarre. It was good to see him do well. I also liked his car. It looked great, I think. So,
it made me thirsty.
I was going to say, like, I wanted to go to Arby's this week, not going to lie.
Ooh, gross.
So, I don't like Arby's, but, like, it's like the shakes, though.
Arby's ain't it, dog. Don't do it.
Anywho, you guys know what else is a win? You know what else is, like, a big win?
Ooh, I wonder.
You wonder? Oh, my gosh. NASCAR.shop, you guys. So...
I'm wondering how we're doing this.
This is how we're doing this today. I mean, NASCAR.shop, everybody, in case you don't know, great place to get your NASCAR trading cards. If you use the promo code ATYL, you get 15% off your first card purchase. I've been part of every break for the past 2 breaks, I should say. And it's been so fun. I ended up getting a Terry Labonte 1 of 10 card for the 40th anniversary for Hendrick Motorsports, and that was awesome. And then I just got a Carl Edwards card this week? I forget what it was. I got it in the mail. I'll show you all on my social media pages either tomorrow or the next day. But great cards. Dan over there at NASCAR.shop is awesome as well. Make sure to get in on the fun. Join the breaks. Get your spots on NASCAR.shop. They do bi-weekly breaks, so make sure to check that out. And go to AboveTheLine.com to learn more about it, or scan the QR code to learn more. But yeah, awful segue. You all know that, though. That's kind of my specialty here. Anywho. Well, thanks.
That was smooth, as last week was chaotic. This week,
yeah. This week was more of a natural progression into it, I guess. So, like, that was pretty good. I pre-planned it, though, which is probably the sad part, but that's okay. Let's go into IndyCar. IndyCar had a big weekend with a first-time winner. Andrea, I don't know if you want to kind of kick things off talking about that.
Yeah, I mean, this weekend really looked like for a while that it was just going to be Alex Palou by a lot. I think there was one point he was like 9 seconds ahead, and I thought our only hope was maybe Scotty Mack. I didn't know how you would do that, so I was like really, really, really hoping somebody could pull something out, and then Mother Nature pulled out the weirdest pillar of rain I think I've ever seen, just for like one tiny little part of the track. And in that moment, it was a perfect time for Christian Rasmussen to put on some new tires and make himself a first-time winner in IndyCar. I love Christian Rasmussen. I've been pretty early on the Christian Rasmussen hype train. I think he is a very aggressive driver, and the storyline worked out just perfectly where he was just getting lots of feedback on his driving style and maybe running people off the road, maybe not. And people were like, somebody's going to teach you a lesson on an oval someday. And I think that he showed that his aggressive style works pretty well on these ovals. I think it was a great win for Ed Carpenter Racing. And I think Christian specifically, being kind of new to IndyCar and having presumably like a target on that seat for somebody else, I think he did himself a really good job of convincing Ed Carpenter that he should stay. And I think Ed Carpenter agrees. He says, like, that's how I want my driver to race, is aggressive. But yeah, I think he's great. And I think it was a really, really exciting race.
He is someone that IndyCar needs, because we had Takuma Sato for a while, but Takuma struggled to win consistently. But he had the motto of no attack, no chance. And I think Christian lives by that as well. And that's the type of flair that, we see out of like a Carson Hocevar, and, controversial or not, those are the type of drivers we need. Yeah. We need one or two of those guys to get up there and mix it up. And it was really cool to see what Christian did. I thought about you when he won, Andrea. I was pretty excited.
Yeah, he is, I think, terrifying to watch. There was many a times where I was like, there's no way we're doing this right now. Like you're leading. We have 10 laps left, please. I think his spotter was like begging for him to chill. But I think like just the adrenaline got to him. But he does drive insane. I'm going to be honest. He drives kind of insane. But I love it.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. There were so many times like I was watching like between like my fingers like on my face, I was like, oh my gosh, like is he gonna wreck? Is he not? Because like there were so many times where I was like, calm down. If like from a NASCAR perspective, I was thinking like Ryan Blaney 2023, the Phoenix race, where I'm like, you have this in your hands. Calm down. You do not have to race Ross Chastain. You're fine.
Just
like
ripping people on the radio.
But it is one of those things. Like we heard SVG at Mexico when they tried to tell him to slow down. When you get in that mode, it is much easier to just stay in that mode because that's where you're comfortable. And if you're backing up, you're as backwards as it sounds, you're not as comfortable. Right. So, I mean, you just got to trust him. He said,
why would you slow down if you have Alex Palou behind you? And I agree. I mean, like there is something about that red and yellow car behind you. You do feel like maybe I should put another car between us.
Fair. Oh, yeah. Very fair point.
100%.
Yeah. Michael Schumacher always said there's that middle ground between being too safe and then being over the edge. And that's when you're at one with the car, is when you're right on that threshold. And that's when you turn in just ridiculous laps. And I think Rasmussen, crazy or not, he was at one with the car. Doesn't matter what it looked like. He just had that tunnel vision where it just turned cinematic, where he just started putting in incredible laps where you don't realize it, but he's in full control of what's going on.
Yeah.
And that just goes to show you how talented a racer he is.
Yeah. And he, I think he's worked very hard to get to where he is. And he was always in a must-win situation. He never had very good funding when he was going through the feeder series. So it was like, you have to win this one if you want to go on to the next. Yeah. And I think he still drives like he's fighting for his spot in IndyCar. Nothing is guaranteed in IndyCar. Silly season can be pretty brutal to even the most talented of young drivers. And if you don't have the money, you better at least have the talent.
Yeah, 100%. No, I hope this is the first of many NTT IndyCar series wins for him. I mean, it was so cool. You always love seeing a first-time winner, especially because it's been a few years within the IndyCar space that we've had a new winner. So exciting to do it. I think even too, it makes a statement to do it in the way he did in a season where it's been Alex Palou, and maybe Kyle Kirkwood won, and then Will Power won. Like to win it in a season where there hasn't been a big, I guess, diversity of different winners. Like it's very impressive, and it says something. So awesome to see that. And crazy to think too that the IndyCar season comes to a close this weekend. Like we're already here. Andrew, you're going to be at Nashville. So what are you looking forward to there?
Yeah, I think it's the worst part about IndyCar is that it always ends too soon. But it is the final race in Nashville this weekend. I'm excited for another oval race. I think it gives opportunity for other people to shine. I don't know if that's true anymore because Alex Palou apparently can do ovals now. But in the past, it was always like, oh, here's like a chance for these specific oval drivers to shine. I am hopeful that maybe we could see another first-time winner. I do think that there's some people that are trying to prove themselves, like David Malukas has come pretty close quite a few times to making something happen. It's always just in the execution. This weekend, it was a 30-second pit stop. That doesn't really help. But he's also, potentially fighting for a seat at Penske to take Will Power's spot. It's crazy to think that this weekend could be the last time that we see Will Power in that car. And we won't have answers until after the race, it seems, because he's not talking to anybody and Penske's not giving him an answer until after the race. So I don't know if that means that Nashville's like they got to prove themselves or if they've already made a decision and they're just keeping all of us on the edge. But it's weird to think nonetheless.
The PR of it all.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll be there and I will have a 4 laps video on the race. And I also am hopeful to get some pretty cool coverage. There's lots of news spreading around and lots of potential announcements that are going to come. Probably not a schedule, though. That seems like we'll never get that.
No, the schedule situation with IndyCar, it seems like it's never going to come out. We're going to get to the start of the 2026 season, and we're going to be like, well, we know we start here, but everything else besides the 500, we have no
a week at a time.
Yeah, a week at a time, and that's fine.
Yeah.
So I know Nathan Brown, literally on social media, not even like an hour ago, posted just kind of theories on IndyStar about the schedule, what he's thinking, what he sees. Unfortunately, to read the article, which I understand too, you pay to read the article, it's fine. But at least in his Twitter post, he said IndyCar schedule is expected to have a jam-packed March slate featuring 4 races and 5 weekends, highlighted by a return to Phoenix Raceway, sharing a venue with NASCAR Cup and NASCAR Xfinity Series. More on the calendar coming together. So some rumors there, some interesting things. It seems like IndyCar, I think a lot of fans have said this for years, where they want to see, I guess NASCAR fans in particular, have wanted to see more of an intersect between IndyCar and NASCAR at the racetrack each weekend. And I think we only think it could help IndyCar. Is this something that we're excited about? Especially, what track is it with trucks? St. Pete. Yeah. We're seeing more of that too. So are we excited to see more of a potential crossover here?
I think it's interesting. I think Fox right now is almost seemingly like, at least the rumors are indicating that Fox sees their NASCAR part of the schedule as an opportunity to just convince everybody to watch IndyCar before NASCAR moves to their next TV partner. And so I think that we're going to see a lot of collaboration in those like first couple NASCAR races in the beginning of the IndyCar season. I think the St. Pete race is indication that clearly some conversations have been had on how you can get them at the same tracks at the same time. I think that IndyCar is unfortunately at the point, nobody is just an IndyCar fan. They either are coming from F1 or NASCAR. And if Fox owns a third of IndyCar, you might as well make good use of that NASCAR audience. So even if they're not at the same track at the same time, I think we'll see TV schedules line up. So you are watching NASCAR, then, oh my goodness, now you're watching IndyCar. You should stick around a little bit, or maybe the other way around. But I think that's the point we're at with IndyCar, is just trying to convince people of the product that it is. And I think it's a pretty good product. But Fox is trying to convince NASCAR fans of that.
It's clever. I mean, like, I get it. I do. I mean, I wish, and this is where I come from. I come from NASCAR first, and obviously, love IndyCar as well. But it's so hard to convince people, I think, who are dead set on one racing series that another one is just as good or better. It's a part of I don't want to say like an elite mindset. I think you see this a lot with Formula One, where it's like, and this is no disrespect to anyone who loves Formula One, but it's you see folks that are like, Formula One is the best motorsport in the world. Nothing compares to it. Your motorsport series sucks, etc. And you're like, okay, well, that's unfortunate that you think that way. But like, I think with IndyCar, we are at a point where you have to do some convincing a little bit. I think that's a very interesting way to put that. But I 100% agree.
And I think
if you're,
sorry,
Andrea, go ahead.
I think putting some ovals at the beginning of the schedule will be probably the best way to do that. It's very hard, I think, to sell NASCAR audience on like dorky like road courses that they do, and you're just waiting for the Indy 500, and then by the time the Indy 500 comes, you're like, I'll just watch this one and I'll leave. So I think that they're talking, we need ovals at the beginning of the season if we're going to convince NASCAR audiences to stay. And I think the oval racing, I will say personally, as somebody who went from F1 to IndyCar to NASCAR, I'm now obsessed with ovals. I think they're the most fun races, and so you just got to you do it that way, I think. Sorry, go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, go for it.
I was just gonna kind of add to I guess it's hard to convince people who are dead set on NASCAR, yeah, but I don't think that's the audience. I think, when you go to start a fire in the woods, you look for the dry sticks, not the damp sticks, and the people who are dead set are the damp sticks. So you want to find the dry ones that'll catch fire easily, and
bars.
I mean, dude.
Buddy's spitting poetry over here.
That was a metaphor.
Wait, do you guys listen to On Tour? He spits poetry every week.
That was great. Buddy.
Yeah, I mean, look,
this is a really weird.
I thought it, and then I said it.
There.
This is a really weird way to invite us to your bonfire.
Yeah, man.
Dude, guys, like I'm gonna have beer. Like we're apparently having American Rebel White according to Adam. Like it's gonna be great. Come to my bonfire. Everybody's welcome.
That's all it takes for me. I'm coming now.
Hey, I guess this is a good point to transition here. Speaking of, American Rebel, NHRA has a huge weekend with the US Nats. Adam, Dom, I don't know if you guys want to kind of elaborate on this a little bit more, but I mean, it's a huge event, major event.
Adam?
It's the premier event of the summer for NHRA, the US Nationals in Indianapolis. It's going to be wild. I know that Tony Stewart Nitro has 2 fan-chosen paint schemes for this weekend. They haven't been unveiled yet, so they're going to be pretty electrifying from what I have heard. And obviously, American Rebel Light, I think they're going to be out there supporting them as well, along with all the other drivers. They do a fantastic job with engagement with not just the drivers, but also the fans. So if you're in the Indy area, go check out NHRA this week, and it's going to be off the walls insane. I'm still buzzing from the April event that we
It was so good.
Yeah, and for the NASCAR fans listening in, Tony Stewart is still in the hunt for the Top Fuel Championship. He is, I believe, either second or third in the points right now.
Had a little rough patch.
Sean Langdon has really had a really good summer in the Skag Equipment dragster. But, Tony Stewart is still in contention to win a Top Fuel Championship in only his 3rd year competing full time in Top Fuel dragster. So it's just, he is unbelievable. And Brittany Force still continues to put down 340 mile an hour runs, which is just ungodly. But they're still knocking on the door to actually get a weekend victory. That's the one thing they're missing. They've got the speed. They just can't put a full weekend of runs together. But that's it for Top Fuel dragster. Funny car. Austin Prock is still diabolically fast for John Force Racing. But, I do think it was a really big win for Matt Hagan for Tony Stewart Racing earlier. The last couple months, they got back to victory lane, and he had been missing getting one of those finals for a while. So good to see them get back in. And I mean, just the competition is so fierce across the board. It's so fun. I'm so glad we went in April, because now I'm tuning in for Friday qualifying. I always make sure to check the finals. So it is absolutely worth the watch. It's one of those, it really is like NASCAR, where you got to go see it first. And then watching it on TV is a lot easier, because now when you hear that launch on TV, you can be reminded of the earth shaking from underneath you when they take off. It's unlike anything else.
It's one of those things where you have to be there, feel it, experience it to truly understand it. That's a great way. That's a great way of putting it, for sure. So
it engages all the senses.
It really does. It really does. Your eyes burn, snot out your nose. It's
mouth goes a little numb. Oh, it's invigorating.
Yeah.
And to put into context too, how big this weekend is. The defending winner of this race, I just saw the onboard that NHRA posted this week. For Top Fuel, the defending winner, going down the strip. And as soon as they get that win light, they just start screaming, "We won the U.S. Nationals! We won the U.S. Nationals! I can't believe it! I can't believe it!" So it's like this is their Daytona 500. So that's how bad they want to win this race. Definitely worth a watch.
100%. Speaking of something that's worth the watch, something that's worth maybe looking at. Sorry guys, that was bad. Benzik Design stands, by the way.
God almighty.
Yeah,
almost.
Man,
It was close.
That hurt.
You should have done
attempt.
something.
I didn't commit.
That curveball was in the dirt. Why did you swing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Really.
didn't commit. I really didn't. But
Swing and a miss ball 3.
Damp sticks, Taylor. Damp sticks.
But Benzik Designs, you guys. Benzik Designs has some of the best 3D printed diecast display stands. I literally just got 3 more to kind of fill this new shelf that I have. But if you use the promo code ATYL 2025, you get 20% off your stands. He even has stands for your 1/64 scale diecast that are really, really cool. Wall-mounted stands, even stands for like your IndyCar diecast that you have as well. So definitely make sure to go to Benzik Designs. Link in our description. Link is on our website above, theoline.com. I can't say enough good things about Matt and all that he's done to provide for the fans, provide for you guys to display your diecast in such a really cool way. So again, Benzik Designs on Etsy, scan the QR code, all those different things. Yeah, I know you guys. I know it was so bad. The segue was awful. I apologize. And I promise to do better in the future. I really do. With that said, anything else we want to mention about, I guess, Cars Tour? We'll talk about Cars Tour for a bit because Florence coming up this weekend.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
Dale Jr.
Sold. I'm going.
One more way. He's back. Yeah.
Get down there, boy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, man. Dale Jr. He's back again. Second Cars Tour race in a row this weekend at Florence. If you're going to be at Darlington for the Cup or the truck and the Cup weekend, it's Friday night. It's 20 minutes away. Come out, have fun, watch cars go in circles. Junior's obviously running. I don't know if I've mentioned that, but the championship fight is with the number 8 Bass Pro Shops car. Yeah, exactly. Cordial. Sorry, if I got corrected on it, you're getting corrected on it. The championship fight, Connor Hall, Landon Lewis, they're within 5 points of each other. Landon Huffman's on a hot streak. He swept Wake County this past weekend. I was there for it. It was great. Landon's feeling good. He's feeling loose.
Yeah, he is.
Looking for a win.
Yeah.
So
he's calling people out on Twitter, like left, right, and center right now.
Yeah.
Twitter.
Twitter's for him was
Twitter
crazy
wars.
this week. The Battle of Mid was really something to watch in the Twitter threads.
Yeah, it was a sight to behold this week, and then just the there's no shortage of like fights or beef on Twitter.
Do people not get it yet on Twitter where it's just like
no?
You could have stopped the question.
Oh, no.
Not get it.
When he got these two, the Wake County Speedways, the America's favorite bull ring, as they call it, and the trophies are like these bronze bulls.
They're cool.
And like he got 2 of them. I guess he's got a lot of BS, to throw out there. So that's it. I'm done. Watch Cars Tour, Flow Racing,
And
Friday
watch on
night.
tour.
Dale Jr.
Dale Jr.
Yeah, watch on tour. Yeah.
Dale Jr. Cars Tour.
Yeah. We're gonna watch on tour next week. We're gonna talk to Dale Jr. this weekend again, and we got some. I got a couple interesting things to ask him about.
Be on the lookout, you guys, on tour.
Yeah.
I guess last thing to talk about before we do our bracket, our collective bracket, where I'm sure we will all totally agree on everything we decide. Formula One. Anything we want to mention there? The Dutch Grand Prix.
We have
Dale
a
Jr.
Cadillac lineup
Yes.
now.
Oh my God!
Talk to me about this.
I'm not motorsports enthusiast, John, but I will give it my best go.
Go for it.
We got an announcement that our Cadillac lineup is going to be Valtteri Bottas and Checo Perez, but like we already knew that.
Yeah.
I don't really know why they waited so long to say it, but it was the perfect end to a very boring summer break. I personally feel I was a little bummed, as much as I think both of these guys maybe didn't have the end to their F1 career they deserved. And I'm happy they get a second chance. I was of the camp that I was looking for a new face, a rookie, somebody to tie to the project that got people excited, that they were curious about. I think that them picking 2 veterans comes from a place of maybe just needing genuine feedback in the initial years of the car development. And I also see it as the perfect opportunity for somebody to be in a pipeline to be that new face of Cadillac when they are ready and they feel the car is at that place in like 2 or 3 years when one of these two guys is ready to go. Apparently they're both on 1-year deals, but like, I don't think this is the lineup for long. I think it's the lineup for now.
Probably a good building lineup.
Yeah, I mean, Bottas is a 10-time Grand Prix winner, so it's like he's no slouch. I know he was the absolute number 2 to Lewis Hamilton for his entire career, but I mean, he still got 10 victories. And when he did win those races, it was from pole to start finish line. He dominated those events. So when he's got the car, he could be very, very fast. And then Checo during Verstappen's first title run was just unbelievable on defense. So,
and Bottas has a great ass. I mean,
yes,
and he's got a calendar to prove it.
It runs in the family.
He's been suppressed, I think, as the reserve driver at Mercedes. They said no butt calendar. So he came out to like announce this with him like wakeboarding. Is wakeboarding what you do behind the boat? I don't know. I don't have a boat. I'm not that kind of rich. But they had a picture of him with like an American flag behind like wakeboarding. Everybody thought it was AI. And I was like, we know this guy. This is exactly what he would do. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know anything about F1 beyond like the very casual, but he feels correct as like the American team driver.
Right.
Like if there's going to be a driver on grid that's got an ass calendar, he belongs driving for the American F1 team. Like this is how this works. I don't know.
And you bet your ass and his ass that I'm going to have one of those calendars.
It's going to go right up here. I'm going to replace George with it.
Yeah. So when we do our white elephant Christmas gift exchange thing, we're going to have like all of us with ass calendars, I guess.
Everybody just give each other an ass calendar.
I think it's tasteful. I think it's tastefully nude.
I think
too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's art.
I mean,
it's art.
Exactly.
Art.
It is art.
You could have asked me any words that would have been said in this order and this program, and I would have never thought it's tasteful nude would have been in the top 2 billion of them.
What? You didn't think our motorsports chat would talk about ass pics? I mean,
no, but
come on.
I never thought tasteful nude specifically was going to be thrown in there, so that's a new one.
Adam, I think we're up to like 5 strikeouts with this one.
Hey, all I'm saying is ATYL.
Yeah.
ATYL Motorsports Media your way.
Andrea, I do have a question for you. Do you think Lando can put together a second half and beat Piastri for the world title?
No, I do not. No, I do
don't
not.
think so either. I think it's Oscars.
I think it's Oscars as well. I think that Lando has gotten this far because I'm gonna say there has been times where he just likes to fight from the back, and he's been lucky. I think that he has the best car to do that, but there does come a point where you have to be qualifying on pole. You have to be able to do well on the start, and if you can't do that, you're not going to win the championship.
You have to not lose 2 spots at the start.
Oscar has just been so consistent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oscar's like a robot almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has like robotic precision when it comes to racing, which is good.
Yeah. And he might have one shot at it. I mean, the regulations next year could throw a wrench in everything. So if you got the car now, you might as well go for it. And I think he's much more focused on that title than Lando is.
Listen, for the 26 regulations, Lord Jesus knows Ferrari needs to have the best car, or else like it's all hope is lost.
Where's John to help?
Where's John?
All hope will be lost if Ferrari, because listen, I'm giving them the one mulligan with Lewis this year of, okay, yeah, we're just focusing on 26. That's why we're so bad. If it's bad next year, I don't know how much more it can take.
If I had to choose between it being good or bad, I would probably always pick it being bad with Ferrari, with love.
Okay, well,
she said with love, so it's okay.
I said with love. I said with love.
No, I'm gonna eat the garlic bread I was gonna make for you.
No pasta primavera.
No.
Gosh. I mean, we have the other topics here too of like our thoughts on Chip Ganassi shooting down Alex Palou to Formula One. I think Alex Palou's even kind of shot it down recently too, saying if I'm winning here, why would I go anywhere? You know?
I don't think that was a legit
but I don't think it was legit either. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was just somebody got a hold of someone's ear and said, "Hey, put this out."
I was gonna say, is Red Bull's development program that depleted?
Yeah.
I've seen
they can have that kind of work.
I will
I
say,
think just take him.
So
I'd be
protective of
listen.
SVG.
I'd be down with it. Connor was supposed to be my American hero.
him out
in
of here.
F1.
He hasn't ruled that
That
out, has
darn
he?
super
He
license.
still can be.
That's actually a decent question. I don't think he's ruled that out.
I feel like recently he was
Good.
quoted as like talking about it's not something he's totally closed the door on if an opportunity were to present itself.
We'll see how that
Awesome.
progresses.
By that
Cricket.
time though, SVG will be retired, so it'll be fine, buddy.
Look, if you guys think my gripe with Zilch is anything to do with SVG, you are sadly mistaken. I'm not worried about that kid.
I feel like Connor has expressed more like if I do well in NASCAR and I feel like my time there is done and I have some more time racing, I think he's way more interested in IndyCar.
Oh,
I can see that.
You don't have to deal with the super license. It's open wheel racing. He is interested in specifically the Indy 500. Like, I think that IndyCar would be more viable than F1. Once you're over the age of like 12, if you're not already like in F3, F2, whatever,
You're done.
they're like, you're actually old as dirt and you could never be an F1 driver. You know what I mean? Like, they're talking about Colton Herta going to F2. I'm like, that's insulting, guys. That's really insulting. But
Yeah.
it's just that darn super license.
I'd be so curious. I'd love to see Connor Zilch try IndyCar. I'd be down. Like, I'm here for it.
I mean, there's
Wow.
no way he doesn't run the double at some point in his career.
If he does,
I-
Andrew and I were
There's no way.
there. We're covering it.
I'm literally there, by the way. Like, I'll just camp out the next couple years just in case.
Red Bull will find a way.
They'll find a way. They will. They will. My goodness. Okay, everyone, the time has come for us to agree and or argue, and for the chat to agree and or argue as we put together our 2025 playoff predictions. Now, we will be using the NASCAR Playoff Grid Challenge feature here. A great little way to put together your brackets. Obviously, not trying to promote, but also put your brackets together, you guys. So let me get this on the screen. I feel as if we are all going to disagree right off the bat with who does and who does not make the next round. It seems like a given, but not always.
This is going to be the toughest round yet, right?
This is going to be tough.
I feel like it gets easier after this.
Yeah. Now, what's nice about this, because I don't remember this being the case last year, and maybe this is because I didn't know how to work the darn system here, but like you can fill out the entire bracket at once, which is great, which I think last year was like round by round, and that was confusing to me, and I didn't like that, and I forgot. But obviously, here we go. Let me stop rambling. Kyle Larson, we think he's going to move on. Like, yeah.
So what are the three tracks for the first round?
Darlington, Gateway, Bristol.
All right, Larson's through.
Yeah, Larson through.
One in Bristol.
I
He'll be
I
fine.
think I think
more he
your
whipped
easily your
it.
first 5 or 8 are through.
Yeah, I think that, and just also to be clear too, how we're gonna do this like together as a group is we're not gonna rank them in order of like I think Kyle Larson will move on as like the 4th seed. Like,
no.
Yeah,
that's too
no,
complicated
you're all
right now,
saying
you guys.
Look, I got to get to work.
So I think Larson, Byron, Hamlin, Blaney, Bell. We think those guys are
Yes.
through.
I think those are locks.
Yes.
Locks. Okay.
We can debate now.
Do we want to go and say who we know is going to make it and then go back and
Well, yeah, let's say
do that first.
who we know's not going to make it.
Bowman.
Are you serious?
You're out of
Yeah,
your
Bowman's
mind.
not going to make
Couldn't
it.
be more
You're
serious.
out of
I
your mind.
Bowman,
have
Dillon,
Bowman
Barry,
moving on.
Cindric.
Yeah, Bowman has the second most top 5s or top 10s out of anyone this year.
This is a
Just
system
runs
that
so
rewards wins. Who
consistently.
cares?
It's
This is
the
not-
first
Around
round.
the first round, he can make it through. Yeah.
He could like
He's already on the
Bowman doesn't
outside
make it
looking
through.
in.
Austin Dillon.
No way.
Doesn't make
No
it through.
shot.
No
No
shot.
shot.
No.
Not consistent enough. in
If
performance
somebody
in
else
general.
severely messes up, I see Austin Dillon potentially, but
No.
I don't think that team's been as consistent this year to, really warrant. that
Okay,
conversation.
hold
I
on
think
though.
Chase Briscoe gets in.
Holding. Oh yeah.
I
Yes.
will step to the batter's plate for devil's advocate
Whoa.
for Austin Dillon because he has had speed at Darlington before.
He has.
He has almost put it together there before. So there's a chance that the Grand Slam could come out of nowhere, but highly unlikely.
And there's a chance we figure out JFK's real killer tonight, but I mean that's
knew he
also
was
not
gonna
going to
say that
happen.
too.
Dang
Not-
it.
That's for another live stream.
That's for the Patreon. Subscribe to the Patreon, kids.
Jesus.
Get your mom and dad's credit cards right now.
So we think for sure Briscoe, absolutely.
Yes,
Elliott?
Briscoe's for sure.
yes.
Briscoe, yes.
Elliott, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So Austin Cindric, yes.
No.
No.
Oh.
Penske,
I-
yes. Go. Send
I
them.
I can be convinced, but dude, look, here's the thing. All 4 of them can't win Gateway.
That's true. That is true. That is true. That is true.
All 4 of them can't win Gateway.
It's just who runs out of gas first.
Because I think Cindric would need a win to advance him through. Because I mean, Gateway, like that's a good track for him, but like Bristol, I don't know. He's still trying to find his strength at short tracks. I know he's been using Joey Logano's setups for a lot of short tracks, and it seems to work for him. But he's so hot and cold, I just don't see it being there.
I don't think he makes it through like the first round. He's on my bracket. He's out too. So
yeah.
Do we think Chastain makes it?
Yes.
No.
I
feel like I'm overthinking it on Chastain. Like a lot of my brain's like yelling at me. He's due to get eliminated first.
I'm going to say something that's controversial yet brave to this group, and specifically 2 people in it. If you think Ross Chastain's not going to make it, but freaking SVG makes it to round 2, you're dumb.
SVG's been the strongest Trackhouse card the last month.
No fighting
on
kids.
ovals.
Because they've all been
on
road
ovals.
courses.
No, on ovals. He's been practicing
He's
been practicing and qualifying and finishing better than Ross and Daniel.
Do we want to do the SVG?
Yeah,
do we want to do the SVG conversation now and get it over with?
Okay, so let's.
I think with how good he was last year at Darlington, and since I can't really remember how well he did in the spring, and like Gateway and Bristol, I feel like he can be just good enough. I think Reddick can get through.
I would agree with that.
Yes,
I think
yes.
Reddick's through.
I think Reddick is through. I think Reddick's a sleeper in this playoff.
As
counting that 45 team.
I think Bubba.
Bridges.
I think Bubba.
Bubba moves on.
Bubba's about to hit bad luck.
Yeah, I think because I mean, if we're putting Reddick through, Bubba's been stronger than Reddick pretty much. At least the last like half of the regular season.
I mean, Freddie's sure to ruin it for Bubba. Freddie is sure to make him.
What has Freddie done?
He cleared him down into Logano at Daytona. You know, how can you trust that guy?
Well,
Bubba is good at Darlington too.
He is good.
Yeah.
Now, and he's decent at Bristol as well. I think he will. And I think too, and he talked about this a lot today during the media availability, but his mindset's totally different. He's had a month to not stress, and that can do so much for a driver. And he's at a point where I don't want to say he's found peace with what will happen, but he said today it's like what will happen is what will happen. He feels his team is the strongest they've ever been. His crew is like the second top pit crew in the field right now, which 2 seasons ago would not even be close. Like I think there is a way they make it past the first round. It is a tough first round for the 23 team, but it's not impossible. I do think he moves on though.
That's a really good point because like I just remembered that this is the first time Bubba is going into the playoffs with a win, having that team having a really good leadway of prep time for the
And
playoff.
if we remember, he almost made the round of 8. If it wasn't for Larson wrecking underneath him, Bubba probably wins Texas and goes to the round of 8. So
Absolutely. It's literally just getting past this first round. I think the second round for him is good. I even think that we'll get there. We'll get there. So now we have 3 spots that we can debate. I think. Do we think Logano is a for sure move?
Yes.
He could be.
I think so. Yeah.
I hate to say it, but I think he does.
Out of that crop, yes.
I was willing to negotiate him not making it out of the first round.
Wow.
It is an odd number year.
Andrea,
do we allow vibes-based arguments in this
Oh,
game?
Yes.
Of
vibes
course.
are great.
Okay.
Now we're talking.
I've withheld any opinions in this round because the only one I feel strongly about is I like Austin Cindric to move on. Thank you. Vibes only, by the way. I think it's vibes. Sorry, you can't.
I agree. I agree.
I love his cute little tortoiseshell glasses too, but I don't think.
Yeah,
love Austin.
Yeah, it's the little tortoiseshell glasses. But
Yeah,
I
I
actually
don't-
just I feel like vibes, right?
On the metric of vibes alone, yes.
I mean, he's
Sure.
also pretty confident.
We're talking about the first round, guys. Vibes.
Yeah.
I didn't say
Maybe. I
Hey,
guess.
I love it.
Hey Taylor, go ahead and put SVG through.
Yeah,
He's going.
we'll take him at 12. We'll take him at 12.
He's
trying
got
so hard.
16 He look. He finishes 14th, 18th, 22nd. He's got 16 playoff points. That's probably about where he's going to finish. He's going through.
These other
He
knuckleheads
has a decent coach.
It's not going to happen.
Ben.
It's going to happen.
I want to go back to what I said earlier about the SVG Chastain stuff. I'm saying SVG makes it through to this round of 2, but I'm saying if you're saying SVG does and Ross Chastain doesn't, that's where I have the problem.
I'm telling you, the 88 has been the strongest.
Sure, but he doesn't have to outrun. Like Ross Chastain just has to outrun 4 other guys that are clueless.
Here's the thing with Ross Chastain
SVG
too.
has 10 more playoff points than Ross Chastain.
Do you want me to give him a medal?
So we know the point situation between the drivers, but here's something I will say too. Ross Chastain has tended to pick up the pace when the playoffs hit. He's won during the playoffs when he hasn't been a playoff contender. He's made the championship 4 before. Obviously, that was with the Hail Melon move. I get that. But his team...
He's got that dog in him.
He's got that dog in him. Thank you, Ben. That's why I think Chastain moves on, if history proves right, because we've seen drivers who just can't handle the pressure.
I think, here, we can all agree that mostly agree that Dylan and Barry are out.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have those 2 done. So now we are between Bowman Chastain, and Cindric for this.
And Shane.
And Shane.
Sorry, I so far up there.
That's okay. It's all good.
Exactly.
May I speak?
Adam, please speak.
We have too many 2311 cars advancing. Only one of those is going to make it.
Oh.
I disagree.
I kind of don't disagree.
And of those 2, like after listening to the Bubba argument, I'm okay with pulling Reddick.
I honestly am too.
I did not have Tyler making it through the first round on mine.
Okay.
All right, pull Reddick.
Am I the only one that thought Reddick was a dark horse to go?
So I have both
distance?
Reddick and Bubba making it through to the round of 8.
I do as well, but I see this argument where I don't think he does.
I think only one.
And I think things are going to change for 2311 in the coming weeks too with everything. And I think Bubba's got more momentum.
Does Happy have a thought?
Also, Bubba. Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Happy.
Dude, I think SVG and Alex Bowman both go through too, dude. Like, thank you. Yeah. You don't like Tyler Reddick either? Yeah, because he cost your favorite driver the win in the Southern 500 that one year? Yeah, I agree. Tyler Reddick out.
Buddy, you know I'm a Reddick fan, right? You know I'm a Reddick fan, right?
So, a majority of us, I believe, say Reddick does not make it, so we will go with majority rules here.
Reddick out.
So this election's rigged.
And in his place, might I propose an Austin Cindric?
That's crazy to me, though.
As long as you get SVG in there with Cindric, then we can debate about number 12.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do.
No way. Bowman. It's got to be Bowman.
Yeah, I can get it with it.
I can get with that.
You think Alex Bowman's going to pitch a better game than Ross Chastain?
Yes, he's been so much faster.
The speed of those Trackhouse cars has been wildly inconsistent anywhere except super speedways.
Exactly.
I mean, Ross won it at the Coke 6, but like, where have we seen them be super competitive at the front of the field like consistently this year? Ben, you're going to come in here and crash my argument?
No, I want to know Alex Bowman's biggest fan's opinion in Dom Joseph. What do you think?
Yeah, what do you think?
I genuinely want to know, do you think
Dom,
Ross
I got to go to work in like a few hours, man. Keep it short.
Oh, he just failed inspection, so we can pull him.
Okay.
So what about this? So SVG will say yes. Well, we love a good story here. Logano, yes. Bowman, let's do a raise of hands. If you think he should be in to the next round, raise your hand. If you think he should be out, do not raise your hand. In?
Bowman?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, majority there. So we're going to go with Bowman in.
Yes.
Stop the steal. This election's rigged.
Dude, Bowman, you remember how fast Bowman was? Never mind. Sorry.
Dude, I don't care. He's not a good driver.
He's got
Raise
something
Are
to
you
prove.
serious right now?
We'll have
Raise
this
your
conversation
hand.
later.
Reason why I don't want Bowman.
He's better than Chase Elliott. Like,
Wow.
Whoa. Okay.
Sorry, Taylor. Continue.
SVG in, raise your hand if yes. Keep your hand down if no. Yes. Okay, SVG in. And then Cindric, raise your hand if yes. I'm on the fence.
Darn it! I don't want to pull here. Jeez.
Okay.
You guys know NASCAR and stuff, but I just feel like vibes.
Look,
I do think there's an
I like
argument
the
for
vibe.
Andrea though. Like I think
There
there's
is
an
a
argument
legitimate
for you
argument.
because he did win Gateway earlier this
He
year.
did.
Now I don't necessarily know if I trust that team and him to go out again and do it, but
No.
like
I'm in the
there's
same
definitely an argument.
thinking that Adam was about 2311. I don't think all 3 Penske cars can get through.
I agree.
I feel like the
You
2 is the weak link on there.
I really liked Alex Bowman as a fight. I was willing to fight, so I'm willing to sacrifice vibes if we keep Bowman.
Can I throw a wrench in things before we try to move on here?
Don't make an argument for Austin Dillon, Taylor.
No. Is there an argument to be made for Josh Berry?
No.
Really?
No.
I like Josh Berry, but there's
Can't
that
think of
car.
one.
Well, okay, all right. Well, okay. I don't think he's going to make it, but Darlington, Bristol are his best tracks, and
Yes.
Gateway's a good Penske track.
Yeah, that's my argument here. It could be crazy.
That would be like the
Would
Hail
be a
Mary.
vibes pick.
Barry
Would
for
be another vibe.
Barry for Cindric. Barry for
Cindric.
Cindric.
I would take that as the only swap, but I don't either Barry for Cindric, but
Andrea said no deal. She's like, I'm
Okay.
out. On that
So
No, I'm done making deals. I'm gonna fight my fights later on.
one. Locked in. We're moving on.
we're gonna keep this for now. If Barry does make it though, then I don't want to say I told you guys so because that's not really the point. But just I put it out there into the world, so hopefully that's some good vibes.
Well,
But-
don't blame me.
No, I'm not, there's no blame. There's no blame. It's just I put out the vibe check in my past.
Taylor, hold on.
Hi.
If Josh Berry, I'm going to say this again on the internet. If Josh Berry makes it to the round of 12, I will get a tattoo for you.
Whoa.
Okay.
Really?
You already
That's
still need to give me a
crazy.
design for one when I won the title.
This is
Crazy
true.
work.
So I will get 2 tattoos.
Okay. Wow.
So
Write that down. Write that down. Okay.
it's on the internet. The internet.
It's on the
gonna-
internet. This is true. The
Is it
internet.
going to be a tasteful nude one?
Yeah.
All
On
right.
the ass. What?
Next up, because I think even the comments are at least okay with what we've done here.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody shout yet in the comments
Yeah.
that we're way off base yet.
And NASCAR dude brings up a good point. Keep in mind, Penske has not won any short track oval races yet this year, but we also know, Blaney's been close,
They haven't needed to.
but they haven't needed to. That's the
Yep.
thing too. So we'll see.
They
All
only
right,
they only win when they need to.
moving on to the
think we-
round
True.
of 8.
I think we know someone who's an automatic bid.
There's a few.
Yep.
Yeah, what's this?
88.
Oh yeah.
You know that Charlotte race.
If he
Yes.
wins, yeah, it's the Roval.
Put that
Yeah.
on lock.
Go ahead.
So we're
Put it on lock,
And-
baby.
I'm here for it.
Yes.
If he
Yeah,
makes it
he
to
gets to
12,
the
he
round-
makes it to 8. That's the
He gets to the round
yeah.
of 12. He has to go to the round of 8
Yeah.
because of the Roval.
Ben, do you agree? Disagree?
I don't have him advancing past
I don't
this
either.
round
How?
because
Here,
I
look. No, no,
let,
no.
me, let me say my piece.
Tattoo.
I say this. I get he's a road course ringer and he's great, but if there's one thing we should all actively sit here and know, it's that the Roval can get really freaking goofy out of
That's
nowhere.
Mhm. Yep.
And I have the feeling that this Roval race may get really freaking goofy.
Agree.
So
Now,
I'm vibes.
What-
I'm taking the vibes for this. So
what are the 3 races? Roval.
New Hampshire,
races.
Kansas, Charlotte, Roval.
Okay. All right.
New Hampshire.
I think.
Andrea has
okay,
her
I
hand
think.
raised.
Oh, sorry, Andrea. Okay. 2 top 15s and a top 5 at the Roval gets him through. He didn't even have to win the damn thing.
Andrea.
I feel like I have not been here very long, but I feel very passionate about the Roval. That's the one thing I really fuck with.
Yeah.
I love
Thank you.
freak with. Sorry.
Hey,
The Roval.
You know what? Me too. Me too.
I love that you said that with your whole chest too. You leaned right in and you said, "I'm a
It didn't on the internet. I know.
I'm a go.
But-
I'm a go.
Channeling
will
Rob
say-
tonight.
I remember watching Coda earlier in the year. I felt like it was an attempted hit on SVG. Everybody knew that
Oh,
he
yeah.
was competition,
Yes.
and
Yes.
maybe you just race him a little different. You're a little less kind. You're a little more quick to not give him any grace. And I feel like with that, I feel like there's so much pressure on the Roval for him. Plus everyone else knowing he's the biggest competition, that puts a pretty big target on your back and a lot of pressure on your own shoulders. Maybe the performance would be less than stellar compared to what you would expect.
Well,
Hey,
and
he's not.
to add to that, it is a cutoff race. I don't think anyone's going to be forgiving in a cutoff race.
Neither is he.
Neither
Mhm.
is he.
I mean, you
I'll
act
be
like
on-
you act like he's coming from Xfinity. He's coming from a discipline that does this at a high level.
They
And I was gonna say, like, yeah, they can all mess around and like try to get to his back bumper. Like,
You gotta get there.
8-second leads.
Yeah.
Consistently.
Only on restarts.
on
That's the
these
only place the field
courses.
can get a piece of them. And to your point, Andrea, at Sonoma, if it was anyone who had bigger elbows than Chase Briscoe, he would have been spun in the first corner. And if it was a Ross Chastain lining up next to him, he would have been in the grass. So I think you got something going there with the Roval thing.
He's an easy
agree.
target, unfortunately, and I feel like you can't run away as easy as you can on some of the other road and street courses.
Let me play some devil's advocate though with that.
Well, we also learned
This is a cutoff race. We know how NASCAR officiating has been when it comes to road courses, where they let them spin and get passed by everybody, or are we going to have quick trigger cautions with ramifications? Did you intentionally manipulate the outcome of a race by intentionally spinning?
Why are you breaking? Don't even bring this up. Oh, come on.
Just saying.
But
We've also seen
cars in this playoffs.
We've also seen at the Roval wrecks at the line. Jimmy Johnson, Martin Truex Jr. Sorry to open a fresh wound, Sal.
Well, I mean,
that's why I say that the Roval gets goofy, is because just dumb stuff happens.
If
I don't see his teams on.
If SVG is in the lead on the last lap, no one's going to be near him. Like, let's be real. Like,
that's fair.
Like,
I think he goes through.
I think he goes through.
So majority says yes.
Send them through.
Okay. So we'll send, again, this is in no particular order, you guys. Just as an FYI.
No, you got it right.
Okay, thanks.
I feel like that top 5 looks good to go too.
Bell wins New Hampshire. No questions asked.
Bell, Larson.
I don't. I think a Penske car could win.
I think Larson gets Kansas.
I think Larson goes through. Well, I don't think there's any. I don't think there's. Is there any debate that Larson, Byron, and Hamlin don't make it to the round of 8?
Yeah, I think we had it right. Byron, Hamlin, Blaney. I think they all.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I think the usual suspects are easy to pick. This is where it gets hard.
Which can I point out for a second here? Just know that Blaney is now considered one of the usual suspects of the playoffs, and he's not
absolutely
anymore. Makes my heart happy, because there's so many times where I'm like, oh my god, I just want him to make the playoffs, and now it's a consistent expectation. So, just call out there. The rest of this group, it seems easy for some, absolutely, but maybe not. So, I don't see Logano making it past this round. I have him out.
One in here I think is an automatic lock that maybe folks may not. That is who I think
Briscoe.
it is.
I agree.
Chase Briscoe goes to the round of 8. No questions asked.
I don't know.
Like advances over Elliott.
Briscoe's really my dark horse in this playoffs. Like, I have him going at least to the round of 8 because he's kind of consistently shown the most speed and qualified very well.
6 poles this year. How is he? I don't even know how people can call him a dark horse.
But he hasn't. Yeah, but he hasn't converted though. He's converted in top 5
position. He's
improved.
Yeah.
Sure. What he was doing
you just said that SVG doesn't need to win the Roval and just needs to have good runs to make it.
Oh, I mean, I was just pointing out that he hasn't converted. I think Briscoe goes through.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying though too. Is like I don't think Briscoe needs to convert to make it
through. The last 2 to go in should be Briscoe and Bubba.
Yeah,
and I can see Bubba winning Kansas.
No,
you're gonna Bubba over Chase Elliott.
Well, no, if you look at it,
Logano or Elliott,
I don't know. I think Toyota's lost a little bit of its luster at Kansas.
Or does Bowman go through?
Kansas is Bowman's best track for sure. Roval is also very good for Bowman. New Hampshire though for Elliott and Bowman is going to be a struggle. Hendrick has struggled at New Hampshire. They have been terrible, and that's the only thing I'm worried about with Chase. Now, Kansas and Roval. Is probably played more in his favor. So I don't know. I guess it's going to come down to these 5. Who's going to have the best 2 out of 3?
I know who doesn't get through. Cindric doesn't get through.
No shot.
Oh yeah, no Cindric.
Not at all.
I don't with
Cindric
New Hampshire being in there. I don't.
Sorry, Andrew.
I can't put Logano above Bubba with New Hampshire being in there and Penske just having the flat track.
But Bubba's good at New Hampshire too.
That's true.
Wait,
but
hold on. You think Logano has a better shot than Bubba? I'm just trying to.
Yes, it's like in my bracket, in my personal one too. I have Bubba not making it past the round of 12, and I have Logano in the round of 8. Just again because I think Penske has that flat track prowess. I think
that's true.
I think they'll be good there enough to. I don't know if he'll win. I can't speak to that because if I could see the future, I wouldn't be right here. I'd be a billionaire. But
Well, Penske hasn't won New Hampshire since 2020.
Yeah.
True, but I still I can see it happening.
I don't know. I'm with Bubba or Chase or Bowman. I just can't.
It's so weird to me to have Chase Elliott kicked out.
He's not had a good year.
He hasn't had speed. He's been consistent.
That's true. He's been consistent.
He's had bad results.
The bad thing for him is he is a great race car driver until he needs to pit. His pit crew and his crew chief have been letting him down.
And qualifying. Elliott's been very vocal that qualifying is really the catalyst for this team, or not the catalyst, the kryptonite for this team. Like, they cannot get good track position to start the race, so they're constantly having to climb uphill on top of not so awesome pit stops, maybe some bad strategy calls. I still do not subscribe to the fact that you need to have Alan Gustafson taken away from that team yet. I don't.
That's crazy.
I think that's crazy. I hate that conversation. But
I don't know. Dom seems like it's not crazy at all.
I mean,
I don't think it's crazy.
I don't either. I'm with them. Like, I think that relationship needs to be broken up and then maybe put him somewhere else.
I mean,
driver issue
for me, and every driver's talked about this.
Yes, sir. God. I think so too.
Every driver's talked about this, and it's that this playoff system, when we talked about this, doesn't reward consistency. Chase Elliott might be the most consistent driver this season. It's not going to win him a championship, right? So if any year, he's not aggressive enough. If any year is going to be the year where he doesn't make it past to the round of 12, I think it could be this year. You guys are convincing me. I think we could see.
All those in favor of Bubba to move to the round of 8, raise your hand. 2.
Okay.
All those in favor of Joey Logano to the round of 8, raise your hand. 2, 3.
Whoa. Okay.
All those in favor of Chase Elliott to move to the round of 8, raise your hand.
Wow.
No one. All those in favor of Austin Cindric, raise your hand.
Jesus, what are we doing here?
All those in favor of Alex Bowman to make it to the round of 8, raise your hand. So
are we allowed to vote more than once?
No. So that would be. So we do be doing Elliott here going into the round of 8.
Okay. All right. We got 3 and 3 for.
Yeah, it was 3 for Bubba and 3 for
that's right.
Bowman.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So
it was 3 for Logano, 3 for Bowman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay. And history says
I'm dyslexic.
Hey, but it's an even numbered year. I mean, odd numbered year. Sorry.
I don't.
We're only going to the round of 8. We're bowing out after that.
Yeah. You can get to the round of 8. He's done that plenty of times.
All right. Fine. Logano or Bowman.
Okay.
Logano, who raises their
hand.
And
the champ through.
No, that's not what I was saying. Let's vote Logano or Bowman.
All those in favor of Joey Logano making it to the round of 8, raise your hand. 3. All those in favor of Alex Bowman making it to the round of 8, raise your hand. 4.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Oh. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I'm sorry I had to be the adult, but I haven't eaten dinner.
I feel like a swing state right now, guys. You guys have no idea where I'm going to go. I'm all over the place. Keep up.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
This is like 2020 in Pennsylvania all over again.
Oh, my goodness. All right. Championship 4. I think most of us had the same championship 4. We talked before the show a little bit about maybe championship picks, whatever. And I mean, it seemed pretty straightforward, but maybe it's not. Who do we think will for sure be in the championship for Buddy? No.
Can I make a vibe? Can I make a vibe pick?
No, you cannot.
No vibes. This got to be stats.
I mean,
vibes have to end somewhere.
No, we ride vibes all the way to the very end. Look, something good has to happen in my life at some point. So,
but our friendship was good for you.
Yeah.
Wow. Harvick is going to be really upset with that.
Well,
I think we can move Byron on.
Ooh, I think Byron and Larson. Byron and Larson to me are the two.
I think Larson doesn't make it. I think Byron does.
Ooh, I can go with that.
Ooh.
I would say Blaney for sure.
I would also say that.
Everyone in favor for Blaney, raise your hand.
Yeah, go. Put him in.
Wow.
What about the 11?
Hold on. I want to ask Buddy why he didn't vote for Blaney there.
Because he's
I did. I was
you did?
late.
Sorry, I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did.
I didn't
It's
see
a clean
that.
house.
You got your mail-in ballot in. You're good.
Blaney's a lock. Hamlin, do we feel Hamlin?
Lock.
I think
Lawsuit
Lock?
year. Let's rock.
Yeah.
Talk about
You know
a
what?
vibes pick.
Yeah.
Put him in the championship. Let's go.
we
I
need the
know.
villain.
I'm here for the awkwardness.
No, I don't have Hamlin in my championship. Wait, yes, I do. That's a lie. I do. Okay, put Hamlin in. Okay, I was going to make an argument as to why not, but I went on the vibes as well.
I voted, so I have Christopher Bell in
Same.
my final four.
Same. All in favor for Christopher Bell, raise your hand.
Well, see, this is where I have a problem.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Car gets in.
But this is a majority vote, so.
Okay.
But I do want to hear your all's arguments.
Bell, but I don't vote
Well, look, are we really Bell, Larson, Byron, and Shane Van Gisbergen? 4 drivers that definitely have a great shot of making it into the final 4. Like,
I love
that without laughing.
I mean, some more than most, you know. I think, you know, maybe he can slide down under the radar, SVG, you know.
Wow, I love that pun.
I'm telling you, man. Martinsville's been his best track. You know, Talladega, things happen. So yeah, Larson makes it through.
Yeah.
Oh.
If I'm looking at who's left, I'll take Larson.
I would take Byron over Larson.
I have
I
Larson
would
over
take
Byron.
Byron over Hamlin.
Okay. All those in favor of putting William Byron in the championship round, please raise your hands. That's 4, 5.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I
All
feel
those
like
in
I
favor
have-
Hear me out.
of-
Hear me out, though.
Okay. I'll gladly hear you out.
Hear me out.
Who's gonna get wrecked at Talladega?
That's a good question.
Well,
nobody
they
knows the
probably
answer.
all will.
Well, no, and here's let me throw this out. Byron Larson, it's a heads up thing
Yeah.
at Vegas. Byron outside the Daytona 500. Larson's honestly not been a bad plate racer in the next
He's
gen era.
been pretty good. I mean, actually, well, this year I should say he's gotten better this year.
This year, he
Yeah,
finished
he's got better
third at
this year,
Talladega last year in the fall.
Mhm.
And
But
Larson
that team,
also
like-
has the best average finish of anyone at Martinsville in the next gen era, I think.
just
It's
don't
either him or
see-
Blaney.
It's him or Blaney. But I
Well,
see
here's
Larson.
the thing. What's going to happen is one of two things. Either both Blaney and Larson will have really great Talladegas, or both of them will kill the wall head on at 180 miles an hour.
Yep.
This is true.
There was no alternative.
There is no.
Going to Talladega or Martinsville.
This is the timeline.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm not feeling great about that Bell pick. I think both Larson and
you don't think
Byron
he's
go.
gonna come alive when the pressure's on and the lights are shining the brightest?
Because he
and
always
can
does.
perform The best?
Well,
You don't think so?
no, he
Anybody
does.
remember the Vegas
He
last
almost
year
made it
with
last year.
Charge?
He almost made it, but he didn't.
Well,
I think he's a gimme pick.
I don't think Denny makes it to Phoenix.
I don't
Denny's
think
the champion.
I think
Bell
that's
was
where you
bad at
take it out, put
Vegas.
Larson in.
Okay, hold on.
yeah,
New
Ben,
poll.
please.
All those. Why am I having to lead this? This is your show. All those in favor of removing Christopher Bell from the championship 4, please raise your hands.
There you go.
1.
Dude, I'm
We have
telling you, he can't love super speedway racing that much, and he was terrible at Vegas.
See, Blaney's had bad luck at Talladega before, but he's also come in clutch and won.
Yeah, but he's gonna win Martinsville, so it don't matter. Like,
Yeah,
Right.
Blaine's gonna win, and I'm gonna finally pre-order the Martinsville wing card because I never pre-ordered it. Andrea has a question. Yes.
Andrea.
Just on like the Christopher Bell thing, looking at his face after they made him stand there like a criminal, after touching the wall,
Oh.
maybe a little bit, maybe a little,
Scrooge.
a tiny bit. He was very angry, and I feel like I remember him doing very well the next race. I feel like he rides a little bit off of emotion. He's in the like race that he was, in his mind, unfairly kicked out of from last year. Maybe he does great. Just a thought.
but
I love a Bell
outside of-
revenge tour.
But
Yeah.
outside of his 3 wins, what has he done this year?
That's a good. I feel like I would
see
be
your
pretty.
argument.
with
He was
that.
getting ready to beat the
Because
brakes
it's
off of
very
October.
what he has
Yes.
done is this is the thing that I have with these 2 drivers in particular is both Christopher Bell and William Byron are both we're here early and then we check out by April and we're not around basically for the rest of the year. And so I get your argument. I fully
Yeah.
get it, but I have more confidence. I have more confidence in Christopher Bell than I do in a Chase Briscoe or any of the other ones. So
Well, yeah, Briscoe and Bowman, they're done. Like,
so we're between Byron,
Larson, and SVG.
and Larson. No SVG.
Larson.
Damn.
Okay, all in
Hitting
favor.
dingers out here in chat.
Hey, MJ brings up a great point. He spun himself out a lot. That can't be
Taylor,
easy.
yes, Taylor.
Okay, so all in favor of Larson making it through, raise your hand.
1, 3.
Okay, all in favor of Byron making it through, raise your hand, which will be the rest. So we're gonna go with
4.
Byron here.
Well,
I'm
uh,
not gonna make it because
I don't
y'all
want-
kept Hamlin. He's not
Yeah.
gonna make it. He's
I-
gonna choke.
uh,
Choke artist of the century.
dude, I'm not
All in
feeling
favor-
both Gibbs cars.
All in favor of removing Hamlin, raise your hand.
If I'm right, all of you, I don't
No.
even know.
I won't get a tattoo for you.
I
mean-
don't want no tattoos.
But is Blaney guaranteed to win Martinsville? I mean, SVG,
No.
he's okay.
No, I'll
So-
play devil's advocate. If Hamlin gets in, it's because he wins Martinsville.
Okay.
Well, let me ask this, because let's go with this championship
Cal
for, because I
Petty.
think this is what we can all, a majority of the way, agree on here. Who was everyone's individual championship pick, regardless of this championship for right here?
I think, hold on. What's
And-
Ryan Blaney? Who has him?
Yeah, I picked Blaney as my title winner.
And in my heart, I have him as the
Sal,
winner,
you're
but not on
muted.
paper.
I'm in
Oh,
my head.
sorry. I didn't realize I was muted.
So everyone, I guess majority has Blaney. So are we going to do Blaney?
I don't
here?
want to vote for Blaney. I
I
don't. I
don't
rescind.
want to put that.
Okay,
out
hold
of
on.
the
Revote. If you are
I was
voting
confused.
for Ryan Blaney as the championship winner for the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series season, raise your hand.
I am, but I'm not going to vote. I abstain from it.
We have 3 votes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Denny Hamlin, raise your hand.
I don't think he
Christopher
does.
Bell,
Oh,
raise your
Chris,
hand.
wait, stop. I stopped the count. Denny
Okay.
Hamlin is a vote for Sal. That's
Okay.
There's 1 for Denny Hamlin.
Okay. Christopher Bell, raise your hand. Okay.
1 for
That
Christopher
sucks.
Bell.
I don't
William
know.
Byron, raise your hand.
William Byron.
Okay.
So
Sure.
Blaney's a champion.
So it looks like we
Wait,
have.
By democracy rules,
Now,
which
does
is
any
totally how this works.
Blaney
does
will
anybody
not win.
have a championship pick that is not in this championship for that you believe will win it?
I mean, from
Oh,
the
you
grassy
understand.
knoll, Kyle Larson, man. I'm telling you, dude.
We can do it.
It's
Do
not
it.
impossible.
I'm not feeling good about both Gibbs cars, but you know what?
No.
Democracy rules,
I apologize, friends. I have to go. Good luck with this. Denny Hamlin, the lore they will write will last generations, and it will be, it will be unbelievable. I'll even do my
Anthony
little.
will be so good.
This was my hold up for the week. I
Thank
had
you.
to show it off.
That's
KFC,
badass.
eat fried chicken.
Yeah.
Martin Truex Jr. should have been
Colonel
a multi-time
Sanders.
champion. Okay, I'll see you guys.
Bye. Well, goodness, everybody. I think we're gonna go with this. This is our collective. Collective is a big word here. Thought process on what we think the playoffs is gonna look like. Of course, on all of our social pages throughout the week. I'm gonna say at least I will be posting my individual
Yeah.
bracket for my personal
course.
opinions. And I'm sure everyone else here will, maybe in some way, shape, or form. So just follow us all on social media so you can see all of our individual picks. We want to see your picks as well for your championship brackets. Just tag the at ATYL Media pages on Instagram, Twitter, things like that, so we can see them as well. But as a group, a majority of us believe that Ryan Blaney will be the champion out of all of this. So yeah, just let us know your thoughts in the comments. I know that's not the overall I mean, not the overall thought. I know that's not the thought for some in the group, and I know that. I understand that. But at least the majority here. But my goodness, you guys.
Shout
Again,
out
let
to
us-
Chuck in the chat. Sorry.
Chuck. Hi, Chuck.
Sure.
No, that's not the Chuck you guys
know.
think it is.
I know.
I have a buddy
I
named
just like him
Chuck.
Chuck.
so-
No, I know
Everyone
that
knows a Chuck.
Oh yeah, I know Chuck.
But my goodness. So everyone, again, make sure you share your playoff brackets with us on social media. Again, we'll post our individual ones on our pages or whatnot. Maybe I'll make a graphic with all of our championship picks. Why not? I should do that. Anywho, this has been fun, you guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this Wednesday night right before the playoffs. If you guys will be at Darlington, I will be there. So hope to see you there. I think Dom actually might be there too. So Adam
I'll
will be
be
there at
there.
some point. Buddy will be there. So like, look, we're gonna have a whole like bunch of us from the ATYL Media crew there. So make sure to say hey if you see us. But of course, go to abovetheyellowline.com to see more about our content. Of course, our new content out here right now. We will have a new 4 Laps out this Thursday. But for now, make sure to go support MJ's episode of 4 Laps. Sal's show Slash and Dash. We had a new track limits out yesterday, and then of course my episode talking about Daytona is out on all of our social platforms. And then, thank you to our partners, of course, my awful segues in the video, but with all the love in the world, Benzik Designs, NASCAR.shop, On Brand, The Bright Mentality, Goat Locker Racing. Appreciate all that they do. Again, see you at Darlington this weekend. Also want to do a shameless plug here. Keep an eye out on my social media pages on Monday, Tuesday. I have a little bit of an announcement I want to tease here that I'm very excited about. I'm like a little nervous about too, but very excited about it. So keep up to date on that. You might already see some things on my social media page that hint towards what I'm doing. But yeah, craziness. But everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I guess happy playoffs. We're finally here, and let's have a very good battle to that championship. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Until next time, we will